Welcome to the light at the end of the funnel. This podcast is all about tangible solutions to common online marketing challenges. And it's also about the lighter side of entrepreneurship, the motivation, the innovation, the inspiration, and the growth mindset needed to build a business that stands the test of time and stands the test of the unexpected. I'm your host, Danielle Fitzpatrick Clark, and I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. So let's dig in. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Light at the End of the Funnel. This is episode 6, and I'm really excited about this episode because I'm gonna share with you guys my winning conversion content formula. So, content, copywriting, conversions, what is it? What does it all mean? We hear these words interchanged all the time in the online space. And so a lot of people ask me, what does all this jargon mean, Danielle? This is digital marketing jargon. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. It is definitely some jargon that we use in the online space. And so I'll explain it a little bit more, but a little bit of a background on why you should listen to me about content is that I've actually always been a writer. So I don't tell everyone that, but since the second grade, I was a writer and I've always continued to write. I was actually a better writer than I was even a reader in the second grade. But I continued to write through the years. I got awards for writing. I published in elementary school, and then I kept publishing, and I've actually done 3 best-selling books. So bestsellers, Amazon bestsellers, and 2 international bestsellers. So I got a national bestseller and then an international bestseller. So I am definitely a writer. And when I started in the online space, I started as a writer. I have a science background, yes, but I started as a content writer and then a copywriter. So that is my writing background. And I've always been really gifted. It's been very easy for me to create sentences and put words together and understand how there is a human connection with our words. So what I'm going to do now is just explain to you guys like the difference between copywriting and content. So copywriting is essential. So it's essential for online business specifically. And copywriting is all around advertising. So it's something that it's content that we create for the purposes of advertising and marketing. That's copywriting. So when it comes to content, content is relevance. It's all about relevance. So it's relevant text for websites, social media platforms, articles, and really the overall purpose is to attract in customers, clients, and prospects. That's what content does. So what I've discovered over the 14 plus years, no, it's 15, maybe, I have to count again, is that both of these types of writing are necessary and essential for the online space, and they've developed significantly over the past 14 plus years. So copywriting has become essential for online business because of the growth of online business, right? So copywriting has taken the form of short form in many cases. So copywriting used to be long form and people had to explain and all of that. But because of the online advertisements and the demand for it, it's changed the buying behavior of our online shoppers. So copywriting, yes, it's still found in long form. It's also very, very much present in a short form. So content has gotten a facelift too over the years. Again, because of the boom of online business, content writing has become a staple in any industry. And it's not just about writing content anymore. It's not just about relevance. It's more than that. It's really about magnetizing your ideal clients specifically to your brand and doing it quickly. So it's really about shock and awe with our content. Whereas before we were needing more content. Now it's really about standing out. So your content has to stand out. So what does that mean? What does that mean for writing and content and copywriting for the online space? It means that you need to know your ideal client inside and out, and I'll get into that. You need to understand their motivations, like really understand their motivations. You need to understand their thoughts. You need to be able to communicate all of that effectively. So, is it more challenging? Yeah, yeah, I'll say it's more challenging to write copy and content in the online space than it was a few years ago. Yes. Um, but keep in mind that this type of communication, it's always changing and shifting for your brand. You're always going to be upgrading when it comes to your content and your copy. And as entrepreneurs, it's really imperative for us to ask amazing questions and ask them often. Then you want to ask them to your current clients, your past clients, and your incoming ideal clients. So you got to get really good about asking open-ended questions, because when it comes to writing wonderful content and copy, it's what is said openly that tends to be the best content to develop. So, what do I mean by that? Nobody likes being interviewed unless they're actually being interviewed by like Oprah or for Forbes magazine. That's when they like to be interviewed. But for regular, this doesn't do anything for me or my business interviewing, that they don't like. They do like questions and they do like being heard and seen though. So we have to get really good at that. Um, so all of this may seem really overwhelming, and I get that. Clients give me all the time, like, I don't even know where to start. You got something that can help me? And I do. This is my winning conversion content formula. So this is my go-to when it comes to creating content and any copy for advertisement and marketing. And the trick is to first start with the creation of the content and to look at it a little bit different. But we're going to piggyback off of another formula. So this formula is identifying the challenge solution result. So challenge solution result is a pretty popular formula that we use for business building, business development, and content creation. And the challenge is the obstacles faced by your ideal clients that's holding them back. So that's what it is. The solution is what you solve for your ideal client's challenge. So one of the things I look for in copywriting specifically, I look for four things. So I'll look to identify at least one of these four things. If I can identify all four, then I'm in really good shape for my copy. So it's making money, saving time, and saving a life. So, and that life is usually your ideal client. And by that, I mean not literally saving their life, but changing and transforming their life for the better. So that's another way of putting it. So the results is where you communicate the type of results you get with the solution you provide. So that's what the results are. So, what's an example of this? So let's just say you're a consultant and you work with sales teams in mid-sized corporations and businesses. And you help them improve the amount of sales their team does during certain times of the year. So your solution is to make the company money. We're going to make them money. That's what we do. The results you get could be an improved sales process that equals money, an improved lead generation system that increases the amount of people coming into the sales pipeline and then closing them. But then you need to improve the sales conversion of each of your team members over the course of so many months. And then you also want to improve any win back sales that have gone cold. So win back sales are just like, going back and, revisiting those sales and getting them back in. So that's what you do. That's the results that you get. And you do this through formulas, processes, methodologies, and hopefully you've got some social proof. I will say that social proof is really important when you're advertising in the online space. You need to hit this home. I can't go into it now. I will tell you guys how to get some really good social proof later on. So now that we have this first piece, we can move on to the winning conversion content formula. And this is where, you may have guessed this already, we create content that converts your cold prospects into hot leads that eventually lead into paying clients. So I say eventually because everybody's client is different. It takes longer, it takes more touch points depending on your company. This is where customization comes into play. All right. So while this is specific to the online space, guys, and I know it is specific, this can actually be used anywhere. So it doesn't have to be just for online marketing. If you have classes that you run in person, or if you do speaking, I mean, this all can convert into that. So it will be very, very helpful. All right, so I'm going to dig into this. I'm going to try not to go too fast, but I do want to cover this. So when it comes to this conversion content, right? It's all about winning and winning in two areas. You want to win your ideal client's emotions and you want to win your ideal client's thoughts, right? And I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but bear with me as I explain this. So winning their emotions. This is where we start with an underlying emotion as it's related to their thoughts. We start with the emotion as this is the part that is physically felt. Emotions are felt. And we need our ideal clients to physically stop their eyes from scrolling past our advertisement or our content so that they can engage with our message. That's what we need them to do. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling with your fingers. Stop moving your eyes. I need you to come over here. So that's why we focus on the emotions. Now, we then move them into winning their thoughts after we've engaged their emotions. We win their thoughts by using words that, one, resonate with them, two, help them hone in on the emotion that triggered the thought, and three, um, help them make the connection between the emotions and the thoughts, even if it's unconscious. So we want to help them do that, right? So once we've won both their emotions and their thoughts, the next step is to move them into possibility. So I like to move these guys into possibility. I know people talk about triggering them, poking at the pain points. And I'm more about, okay, well, for people to buy, yes, they feel something, they're worried about something, and their thoughts are spinning. And what I really like to do is to put that positive spin on possibility. And it works really well with content. So we move them into possibility. And that's when we move them into possibility when it comes to engaging with your solution, right? Your solution as a business owner. And then also what results they can get with your solution that will ease any stress or any of the so-called negative emotions that they're feeling. And I'll explain why I call it so-called later on in another episode, and also the stresses that the challenges are bringing up for them. So let me just go ahead and break this down for an example. So Ava, she's a marketer, and she specifically has a Facebook ads agency. That's the type of marketing that she does, right? Her top of mind challenge is finding high caliber clients. High caliber clients that are pre-educated in the use and need of Facebook ads to automate their top of funnel marketing. Top of funnel marketing is that first piece of marketing that gets them aware of your brand. So to simplify this, Ava needs clients that are willing to pay at least 10K a month to use her agency services. So I've simplified it more. She needs clients. They need to pay her high ticket. Now, that's the challenge. There are emotions behind the challenge, which is where we need to play and base it on what we know about our ideal clients. So Ava also happens to have looming student loans, right? Don't we all? And credit card debt as she graduated college and then worked for a media company, worked tirelessly for that media company without much to show for it. But she gained a ton of experience in getting results using Facebook ads. So she got experience, she gained a ton of money. She left that job 6 months ago without really considering one thing, the other aspects of business building, which is marketing herself as an expert. And yes, she's in advertising, but when it comes to advertising ourselves, it's completely different than advertising someone's business, right? So now Eva has student loans and credit card debt that she can't pay because since she left her job, she's only been able to solidify one paying client, and they're not even paying her full price, right? So, eesh, right? What is she going to do? She's feeling really frustrated. She's feeling overwhelmed. She's also feeling really scared because she needs a client and she needed them like yesterday as her bills are piling up. She really doesn't want to go back to that 9 to 5 gig as she has so much more potential by running her own agency and being a business owner. She knows that. She's caught between a rock and a hard place. And the stresses of it all is giving way to thoughts of, how am I going to find my next client? That's one. What happens if I don't find my next client in the next few days? That's two. And what else can I do to bring in cash flow so I can pay my bills? That's three. So these are just some of the top of mind thoughts, right? And the stress and the thoughts have her spiraling to a place that most entrepreneurs who have been on this journey for quite some time can resonate with. So we know her emotions, we know the thoughts associated with them. How do we use the formula to create content? So this is how. The emotion is stress. The thought is, and we're just going to take one of them, how can I find a client in 3 days? So this is our angle. So the conversion content to win Ava's attention, this is what it is. So if we're going to write it out, here's what it looks like. Not having clients coming into your sales pipeline is stressful, especially if you're new to this whole entrepreneurial thing. You may even be thinking at this moment, I have no idea where to find my next client. If I don't find my next client in 3 days, I won't be able to pay my bills. If I can't pay my bills, then I have to go back to a 9 to 5 I hate. And the last thing that you want to do is go back to that place you left so you could build something of your very own. Failure has never felt so frightening. Good, right? Yes, I wrote that myself. So now that we have that piece, let's talk about the results that we can get for Ava. So if you're somebody who serves people like Ava, that's your ideal client. Now we need to find the piece about the results that we can get for her. So this is what I usually go to. What's possible with your solution for her? Finding clients in 3 days is possible with your solution. How will your solution make Ava money? She'll find a client that pays her and pays her high ticket package. How will your solution save Ava money? She won't have to take out a loan to make ends meet and pay that interest and extend her mounting debt. Yes, not having her have to put another loan into play is going to save her money. So, how will your solution save Ava time? She won't have to spin her wheels, stay up late, or wait months to find that ideal client. We fast track it for her and get her over that learning curve quicker. And then how will your solution save Ava's life? Well, she's stressed, she's overwhelmed, she's not sleeping, she's not eating well, and even though she loves what she does, she's not loving her business and she's not loving her life right now. By giving her the solution, we will help her feel empowered, excited, and fulfilled so that she can balance out the rest of her life and build the business she truly deserves. So that's what we're going to do for her. So the conversion content to win Ava's interest, we're going to use possibility. This is what it sounds like. What you really need is a solution and a fast one. What you need is a proven methodology to attract and convert those ideal customers in less time. What you need is our winning conversion content formula coupled with our rapid lead generation system that shows entrepreneurs how to identify their ideal clients online in minutes. Connect with them in a meaningful and solution-based way so that they can convert them into clients. It is possible to win a client in 3 days or less. It is possible to save yourself money and time by implementing what you already know about your clients and drawing them in faster. And you are worthy of feeling great about your business, your next steps, and building a life that is full of purpose, doing what you love to do in the world. So, and then you can go on to explain and break down the program in finer details if it's needed, right? So that's what it is. So that is copywriting. That's copywriting. And so now the trick is to turn it into content so that it's not all promo and sales. Now you can keep that piece for promo and sales, but the easiest way to create content off of this is to do something that resonates with your reader. It doesn't, because if we present just the sales copy in a place where content belongs, we're not gonna be able to make that connection with them. So we can take that and we can create content with it. And my favorite way to do that is actually through the hero's journey and storytelling content creation. So that's how I do it. But again, we're gonna have to wait till another episode to cover that one because it's a longer one. So until next time, guys, I want you to start playing with this formula, right? So we're gonna create some content. You guys can take this breakdown if you want to see the breakdown written. Then you guys can go to lightthefunnel.com. The episode will be up. The show notes will have this content in it for you, so you can do that. And I'd also love reviews. So if you guys can go to Spotify or iTunes, which you'll see either on lightthefunnel.com, or if you're watching the video of this, you'll see it below. Then I would love for you guys to give us a nice little some love and a comment, because that is how we move the podcast forward. So until next time, try out this formula, see how you win your ideal clients' hearts and brains, and show them what's possible when they work with you. Hey, thanks for listening to Light at the End of the Funnel. And help a marketer out. We always can use some love. Share, like, and subscribe. That is the best thing that you can do for any podcast. So if you like what we're giving you guys at Light at the End of the Funnel, please go ahead and share that out, and don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate you. Thank you.